Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, January 27th, going all the way until Sunday, February 2nd. So we're actually going to be doing a pick a deck this week. So it's going to be short and sweet. It's going to be on what Spirit wants you to know about your connection this week. And so this connection can be any kind of a soul connection that you feel with another person. You're either going to resonate with the messages or you won't. I'll put the timestamps down below, but these are the decks that we're going to be using, which are all available for purchase down below. We have the Oracle Tarot by Lucy Cavendish. We have the Answer is Simple here by Sonia Coquette, and I know I'm saying her name wrong. We have Tarot de la Nuit for deck number 2, combined with Wisdom of the House Oracle cards. We have the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle by Toni Carmine Salerno and the Art of Love Tarot by Denise Jarvie and Toni Carmine Salerno. So, like I said, just whatever you guys are feeling guided to take as your message cards this week, go ahead and make your selections. I just want to let you guys know ahead of time, you guys might hear a little bit of background noise, and I have my dishwasher on. I couldn't stop it mid-cycle because it keeps beeping, and so it has to finish its cycle or else I have to start it over, and I just don't want to waste all that water, so I apologize if it's distracting. Plus, of course, the cats are running around, so we just never know what can happen as well. Also, too, wanted to explain, I got a lot of paint and crap on my nails. I've been restoring my old house for my daughter and her fiance. They're moving in this Thursday, so it's like crunch time. Anyways, there's no point in me even cleaning my nails because I'm just going to be dirtying them again today. But I do have a nail appointment that is scheduled for Sunday, and I'm getting beautiful brand new nails, and I should have some really good looking hands moving forward here. I just didn't want to do it before I started the renovations because they were just probably going to break and get all crappy anyways. So I'm really looking forward to having nice fingers again. And also Sunday, my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell, I've known her for 20 years. She's the one that creates the Organites that you guys always see on my channel. Anyway, she's coming to visit me on Sunday. And so it's going to be great. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of our activity, we might even do a live, like a collab. It'll all be on Instagram. So be sure you guys are following me there if you guys have Instagram. All right, so let's get started. All right, you guys, so if you chose deck number 1, which is the Oracle Tarot and the Answer is Simple decks, let's get a message for what Spirit wants you to know about your soul connection this week. So we're just going to grab some topics from the Oracle cards, and we are going to clarify with the Tarot. So I've already pre-shuffled everything, but I just wanted to give it a nice fresh cut. This like here. Okay, let's get into it. All right, what's the very first thing that Spirit wants you to know about your soul connection for those of you that chose number 1? Okay, we have stay away from the crowd. That's kind of interesting. So let's get some tarot and kind of clarify this situation, what's going on here. Oh, wow, look at this, you guys. This is a very specific message. So what I want to say about this immediately, and I do not always see 3s as third party. That's a very common thing to say, or that's the first thing that you want to go to when you even see a 3 in tarot. It's not always the case. But what I am getting is when it does come to heartbreaking situations that are attached to other people, do you see how the Oracle card is playing off that tarot card? What Spirit is telling you is to stay away from that crowd. So there might be a drama-filled situation. There might be something that is causing sadness and heartbreak. 3 of Swords, whew. But the key word here is it said unexpected revelation. There's an unexpected revelation that you're having that perhaps by staying attached to a situation that's not making you feel good is probably not the best thing for you either at all or just right now. It might be time to step away from things. It might be time to take a break. This could be something as simple as social media. Sometimes we just need a break from social media. Social media triggers me big time. Even when I'm going through Instagram or just even YouTube or whatever, and it might not have anything to do with anybody that I really personally know, there's just some things that are triggering to me. And so sometimes you've just got to pull the plug and step away from all of that drama and all of that madness that perhaps other people are either in or creating. So there's a revelation here that Spirit is giving to you, telling you that rather than putting your head in your hands, like we can see that girl on that card, and feeling heartbroken, it's better for you to step away from whatever this energy is. If it's your person, the person that you feel the soul connection with, or if it's people that are attached to them, or it's the environment that the two of you share, whatever this is, Spirit says you need to step away from this crowd. Give yourself some time to breathe. Give yourself some time to heal. So if that's not resonating with you guys, you might want to choose number 2 or 3, okay? Let's get the other message here. Okay, we all see, look, hey, it's all going hand in hand. Change the scenery. The only way that we're going to experience any kind of change, either change in our perception, change in our energy, is when we actually make the conscious choice to change the scenery. Sometimes we wait for other people to change. Sometimes we say to ourselves, if this person would just change, if this person would just, realize things, then I could be happy. Well, the thing is, we're the only people that are in charge of our own happiness, not another person. So if something's not making us happy, you guys, we have to be willing to change the scenery. If we keep looking at the same thing over and over again, which is this 3 of Swords energy, this is saying here to you that you've got to change the scenery. Step away from the crowd. Step away from whatever scene that you might feel trapped in at this particular time. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, the Ace of Cups. This is your own cup, you guys. But this is also new connections and new energy that maybe wants to exchange with you. Maybe you're so busy being heartbroken over this particular soul connection, or you're so focused, let's just say, on the negatives of what's not working or the certain challenges that you're experiencing at this particular time, that you're not even able to really see anything else. You can't even step out of that vibration that you're in. So what Spirit is telling you, it's time to step away from this for now, change the scenery, and really focus on your own cup. Fill your own cup. Let your own cup run over. This is like new love energy wants to flow into a new scene in your life. Now, this is not saying for some of you that are watching this video and you're on, let's just say, a twin flame journey, and you're very focused on healing, and you're very focused on perhaps eventually coming together with this person one day. This isn't necessarily suggesting that you forget all about this person and that you open yourself up to new love relationships. If some of you guys are wanting that kind of a message and you needed that today, it could speak to you that way. But this isn't suggesting that that's what you have to do in order to be happy. I want to make that clear, okay? These messages at the end of the day are just literally meant to inspire you. They're not telling you what to do, and they're not telling you what's going to happen, okay? But I do feel like the overall message, regardless of what your situation is to focus on your own cup, to let some new energy flow through into the situation. And the only way that that's going to happen is if maybe you take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, or step away from some scene that might be causing you some distress. That's what I'm getting here. All right, you guys, last message. Say thank you. At the end of the day, this is one of the most difficult things to do. When we are connected to a situation, a person, especially if it's been very challenging, it's very difficult to just say thank you to Spirit, or even thank you energetically to that person for helping you to grow, helping you to change, helping you to gain some sort of perspective or revelation on how to take better care of yourself. Sometimes people are put into our lives, you guys, in order to teach us a very valuable lesson when it comes to taking back our power, empowering ourselves, and loving ourselves more. Sometimes people can really teach us a very valuable lesson, but it's through pain and triggering that this happens. So that's just what I'm getting here. Be thankful for this experience. Be thankful for this person. You don't have to call this person on the phone right now or text them and say, thank you so much. Sometimes that's sometimes that's not what you want to do, or nor should you do that. But this is about your energy. This is about for your own good, your own knowledge, that you are looking at the situation and you're able to see the silver lining in it. That is what I am seeing here. Say thank you even if it's painful. This has something to teach you. Oh my gosh, see? This right here, it says pause and observation. This is beautiful. These are the Wands energies, you guys. So the Nine of Wands is an energy where we kind of like, we feel like we've gone through a lot of crap. We feel like we've gone through a lot of stuff, and we're trying to figure out whether or not what our next move is, or how we're going to carry on, how we're going to act moving forward. Do we want to carry on this burden? Do we want to end this cycle? What do we want to do? So this is giving you an opportunity to pause and observe the lessons that you've learned so far from this connection. And if it's not serving you on a positive level, it might be time to take a break from it, or step away from it completely. Because if it's taking away from your own ability to love yourself and care for yourself, then you've got to examine that. You've got to take a look at that. If it's also guarding you, you're putting up your wall to other love energy, new opportunities, and you're holding on to just this connection, and you're just like not willing to even see anything besides this, you have to question what the attachment is. You have to question why you're in that energy. Again, does it feel good to you? Are you stuck here, or are you feeling good? So take your own temperature at this point and see where you're at. Observe where you're at. And figure out, do I need to step away? Do I need to change the scene? Do I need to do something different perhaps? But the answer is loving yourself and being grateful for this person regardless of what happens. Take your expectations off the table and just experience this as a lesson and live in the vibration of love, period. So number one, you guys, it may not have been what you wanted to hear today, but I feel like the overall energy is to just be grateful for this experience. It's had a lot to teach you, or it's going to have a lot to teach you as you continue to be connected to this situation or individual. But it's all about seeing the silver lining, even in a heartbreaking situation. But it is time for you to take better care of yourself, is what I'm seeing for those that chose number one. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and move on into number two. And you guys can always, of course, watch the entire reading, because there can be a message for you even in number 2 or 3. All right, you guys, so for those of you that chose number 2, we have the Tarot de la Nuit and the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle cards. So let's just see what Spirit wants you to know about your soul connection for this week. Okay, what do we need to know for those that chose number 2? We have Grove. This grove here, as you can see, this little, I think that's a cat. That's a cat sitting in that grove. This is a card that speaks of sitting and really sitting in your own energy. Okay, so this little kitty here is in their grove. I almost like, even though it's not, doesn't say groove, but just kind of in your own groove as well. But you're able to examine your past. You're able to examine all of the events that have led up to this particular moment. So it's a reviewing of the past. It's also about karma as well. Cause and effect, different things that have come about in your life and why these things have happened. We have the wheel, exactly. The wheel. Certain things have been destined here, fated. This is also about karma. So it's very interesting that I just said that word, and now we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is fate, karma, destiny, cycles, movement forward, bad luck, good luck, just kind of depends on where the wheel is at in your life. Everything is on target. Everything that has happened to you has happened because it's meant for you. So whatever's happening with you in this soul connection here, everything is happening exactly the way that it was either planned or certain certain events are taking place because of the actions that other people are taking. So it's moving the wheel along. When it comes to the wheel, we never want to get stuck in that grove. We never want to sit there too long and wallow in it. So if there's been negative things that have happened in the soul connection, Spirit's telling you, you've got to continue to move forward. This literally reminds me of what I posted this morning on Instagram, which is about a connection that you feel with someone. You know, you've lived without this person for a long time now. You can learn to survive another day. You know, it's not going to kill you. It's painful and it sucks to have to live without certain people in our lives. We wish things could be different, but the thing is, the wheel is functioning in everybody's life. There's cause and effect. So maybe there's certain things that, you know, we've done that have created these circumstances or other people. This is just life playing out, you guys. So that's what I'm getting for those that chose number 2. These events that are occurring have happened for a reason. You're meant to learn something from them, but you're not meant to stay stuck and wallow in any kind of regret or sadness. That stuff does have a purpose. We do have to feel the shadowy crap that comes in, absolutely, because it does have something to teach you. But don't stay in that energy for too long. That energy can start to depress you. That energy can start to prevent you from moving forward with your life. You know, use the energy, use the lessons to empower yourself moving forward. Don't allow them to disconnect you from beautiful things in your future. So that's the message. All right. Oh my gosh, we have individuality. I love this. Individuality, self-energy. Oh my God, the Judgment card. The Judgment, Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune to me are all very similar. Yes, I understand they're completely different tarot cards with different meanings, but they all have the same vibration to me. Judgment is Judgment Day, as in karma. But it's also about us reviewing our past and reflecting on our past. It's about awakening to new concepts, accepting ourselves for the mistakes that we've made. Again, not wallowing in this energy and beating ourselves up for so long because we didn't do this or because we didn't do that. Again, regret has its purpose, but you're not meant to wallow in it. It's not going to help you moving forward. But this is a chance for you to really take a good look at yourself. Take a real good look at yourself on this either journey that you've been on or the things that have happened in the past and why they have happened. I'm getting, for those of you that chose number 2, there's so much more going on. There's so much more going on with you and this situation than you may even realize. And maybe some of you guys do realize this, but there's some really big changes. I'm almost getting perhaps that there may even be someone from the past that's coming back, returning. The wheel is moving in this connection again. This cycle has finally come to a completion, as in people have individually learned their lessons. They have sat in their karma. They have sat in this, energy of like judging even themselves and figuring out who they are and who they want to be moving forward and how they want to act. And you might be a part of your person's soul development and growth and lesson in this life, and vice versa. I feel like there's something that's going to be happening here. And wow, we have 10, 10, 10. If you guys are seeing 10s, I feel like I just feel like that's a sign. That's a message for you. I'm also getting, if you're seeing 10 and 11, sometimes people see 10 11s, and that's something significant as well. The only reason I say that is because 4 plus 7 is number 11. But I feel like this is the universe's way of reminding you that we didn't forget. The scales of justice must always be balanced. And if there hasn't been justice or balance in this connection, the universe is finding a way to bring that about. So you need to remember that. You need to not lose faith in that. You need to know that everything has its place and its time. Wow, that's very, very powerful. All right, you guys, last message. Oh my gosh. We have the energy of lust, okay? So I'm not getting it yet. Let me get a tarot to clarify this information. What the heck does this have to do with? Oh, we have the Ace of Wands. Somebody is feeling the energy of this connection again. That's what I'm getting here. Because I'm getting a resurrection. I'm getting maybe somebody was sleeping, somebody was not awake, and now all of a sudden someone has had their awakening, and you're on their mind again. You're in their energy field again. They're feeling your energy. That's what I'm seeing here. Do you see these two partners? They're connected. We have this person, I mean, of course, they're biting this neck. It looks a little scary, right? But I mean, this is very lustful. This is Ace of Wands. It's passion. It's the beginning. It's sparks are flying again. Something is happening here, I'm seeing here with the soul connection. Something is being resurrected. Even if you're not seeing the evidence of this yet in the physical world, I'm getting from Spirit that the message for you is that it's coming. This year's the year for some of you. I'm not saying that's going to happen for everybody, but some of you, this year's the year that you're going to see the return of karma, or you're going to see the return of this person from your past in your life. Whoa. So, and when you guys resurrect this relationship or this connection, it's freaking on. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic for everybody. That Ace of Wands can be creativity. This could be two friends that are just feeling really passionate and they feel more alive than they do when they're on their own. This is two people that want to move forward as individuals, but also together is what I'm getting here. They're connected, even though they might be solo, even though you might be in separation with this person. I'm definitely feeling that these two people are energetically connected. They're almost feeding off of each other is what I'm getting here. It's really interesting. All right, you guys. So that is the message. Sorry, my cat is trying to move the camera. That is the message for those of you that chose number 2. If you don't care for it, you don't like it, no problem. You can choose 1 or 3. All right, you guys, so for those of you that chose number 3, we're using the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses and the Art of Love Tarot for this one. Oh, and I missed a card here. So let's go ahead and get some topics. What does Spirit want you to know about this connection right now? My cat's trying to make a leap from the table onto the cabinet, and so you guys might hear a crash. I don't think this is going to go well. I think you're gonna biff it. You're gonna biff it, baby. I know it. She's like walking back and forth trying to figure out a way across. Okay. Let's get the message. What does Spirit want you to know about your connection this week? We have Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. So Spirit is telling you that this connection is blessed. This connection is a blessing in your life. Okay. The thing is, even if you're not physically with this person, you guys are still in union energetically. Oh my God. Look at this. The past, 6 of Hearts, 6 of Cups. So this is the deal, you guys. I really feel like what Spirit's trying to tell you is that there may be a reunion on the horizon with you and this individual, okay? So it's blessed and destined for greatness. You might be destined to reconnect or come back together with this individual. You guys are both feeling this connection. There's unfinished business in this connection. So it may be that that Spirit's telling you that this is something that is on the horizon. So it's not guaranteeing it, but people are nostalgic. People are feeling this connection right now. People are really believe that this is a person that they want to come together with, that they want to be with. So Spirit's saying that they are blessing this connection. It's beautiful. We also have Goddess of Knowledge. It says, start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition. So what you know should be applied here. And we have the 5 of Stars. What I'm getting here, you guys, be very careful when it comes to conflicting advice that you may get, okay? This is one of the reasons that I stay away from, getting readings, okay? I've had a lot of people in the past want to exchange readings with me. I don't let anybody do readings on me anymore. And it's not like I never would moving forward. But because somebody is tapping into your energy, and your connection, and they can only connect with it so much. You, the person that's experiencing it, you, the person that's connected to it, you're the most connected to that connection, even more than a reader or somebody that you are talking to about this person or this situation. So 5 of Wands, which is the 5 of Stars, other people have different ideas about maybe what's good for you, what's best for you. And even though their intentions might be very, very pure, because they're seeing you suffer, they're seeing that maybe, why are you holding back, or why are you holding on to hope that this person's going to return? You deserve so much better. We all have different opinions about what's good for people and what's not good for them. But you're being called to trust your own intuition here. There's something that that you're connected to. You know more about this connection than anybody else. So it doesn't mean you can't talk to anyone else about it, but protect your energy, because some people might have a difference of opinion with you, and it might take you off of your journey or your track. So be careful. We don't always need to have an energy check-in on our connection. So that even goes for these weekly readings, you guys, because if you are plugged into your connection and you're trusting your higher self and your intuition, you're not necessarily seeking validation outside of yourself. Every now and then, if you're feeling lost, sure. Or maybe you're just kind of looking for a little bit of entertainment, or, what does Spirit want me to know today? But you do have to be prepared for things that can sometimes derail you, as in you hear something and it's just like, oh my God, I'm not feeling that at all. I mean, I've listened to certain pick-a-card readings where I'm just like, you know what, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and do this pick-a-card reading on YouTube and just see what happens. And the message comes through and it's already kind of like, this doesn't sound like it's for me. This doesn't sound like what I intended when I went into this reading with the question that I had or the person I was thinking of. This doesn't sound, it's not resonating with me. Well, when something's not resonating with you, it's best to click off. But sometimes people don't do that. They keep listening. They keep, they try to fit the information that's coming to them, and they try to make it apply. And sometimes that's not always the best to do. So my point is, stay in your own knowingness. Stay in your own knowingness. Trust your own intuition about your connection. Really try not to take other people's opinions or what other people feel is best for you. Try to really kind of protect your energy. And again, I'm not getting that other people are out to hurt you or that other people are out to, get you or take you off your path. But if it conflicts with what you're feeling and you're on a really good path and you're doing really well, why do that? Why trigger yourself? Why even put yourself in the line of fire? So just be careful is what I'm seeing with the decisions that you guys make, with what you choose to listen to, and the different things that you decide to open yourself up or open your connection or your thoughts and your heart about this connection with who you talk about this connection with. Because people might have some different ideas, or maybe they just don't understand. And so again, at the end of the day, just trust your intuition. I feel like I just went all over the place with that message, but hopefully it speaks to someone. Because the thing is, there's things, when I think about the past, there's things that I did mean well, but unfortunately, I may not have understood completely where someone was coming from. I'm not talking about a client, just so you guys know. I'm talking about a personal friend that I didn't understand. And there might be certain things like opinions, because I was in the energy of just wanting to be the protective friend. I wanted to help. I wanted them to see their value. I wanted them to know that they deserved better than what they were maybe settling for. But again, at the end of the day, that's not my job or position to tell anybody else what's good for them and what's not good for them. As friends, we can be there as that listening ear, but what other people decide to do and what's best for them, we just have to let that go and let them either figure it out, or hell, maybe we step back and realize, hey, you know what? Maybe they were actually plugged into something quite extraordinary and maybe I just couldn't see it. So you always have to give people the opportunity to just kind of figure things out for themselves. So we have the Goddess of Shadows. So this says here, what you perceive to be your dark side actually is holding a hidden treasure. So what I am getting here is that the things that have either triggered you about this person or maybe even about your journey have actually something of great value for you. There's a hidden treasure in all of this. And it might be that it's now up to you to figure out what that is. What is all of this for? What are all these hardships for? What's all of this stuff that I've had to go through? Competition, because the Five of Wands can also be a card of competition. What is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? So again, a goddess of knowledge is to apply what you already know. You've already learned this lesson before is what I'm also getting to. You've learned this lesson before, so you're just kind of tapping into this hidden knowledge within yourself that's already there, and you might be awakened to it now, or you're starting to wake up to it, or you're starting to really trust your higher self. But your shadow side has something to teach you is what I also am getting. Don't be afraid of your shadow. Sometimes people spend so much time, only promoting love and light, and not that there's anything wrong with that, because we definitely don't want to be in the shadows constantly, but we do have to value our shadows. So it's kind of like what I've seen with people before, where they've been a mess, just on the floor, crying, and of course, when they think back on it, I'm sure they're not proud of those moments, but that's raw, that's authentic, that's real, and people might want to disassociate themselves from who they used to be. And who they used to be isn't bad. It just was a part of them. And they may not want to ever succumb to that kind of energy. They might be afraid to ever feel that way again. But sometimes people take it to the extreme and they completely just cut their old identity off and they jump into a new identity. And that goddess of shadows, again, there's something shadowy about us that has something of great value to teach us. We should celebrate some of these shadows. We don't have to be ashamed of these shadows. So don't be ashamed of how you've handled yourself in the past. Don't be ashamed of what you feel right now. Let these feelings come up and process them. But don't pretend they're not there. So there's something of shadowy energy here to teach us something very valuable. That's what I'm picking up on here. Yeah, see? 8 of Angels, 8 of Swords, confusion. Your shadows are not meant to hold you bound. They're not meant to keep you stuck. And that's why some people are afraid of shadow. They're afraid of shadow work. They're afraid of darker, heavy energy. So they spend a lot of time in just focusing on the light. And what I'm getting here is that this right here, the 8 of Swords, as we know, is just a mental state. It's like bound. You're confused by the shadow. But there's a mystery here. There's something to teach you about your shadow. So embrace it. Love yourself. Love your shadowy side. I'm not telling people or, trying to promote people to stay in their shadows, but acknowledge it. Get through those shadows. Don't pretend they're not there. Don't block them out, because when you try to block out shadow and you only focus on the light, these shadows have a way of creeping back up. And I've seen this when it comes to certain, let's just say, moon phases. People will say, oh my God, the moon, the eclipse, it brought back so much crap. It's not necessarily the moon that's doing it to you. The moon may be facilitating some sort of universal energy to get things flowing, but that energy is yours. It's not the moon's fault. It's not the moon phase. It's not the devil. It's not other people. It's you. This energy always resides in you. So if you spend your time suppressing it or pretending it's not there, all it's going to do is confuse you when it keeps rearing its ugly ass head. So learn to deal with your shadows when it comes to this connection, when it comes to your past, and when it comes to just you in general. There is something of great value to teach you in all of it. And that's the key to union, is what I'm getting here. So if you're very focused on union, it might be time to really examine all of the ugliness of the past and make peace with it, instead of pretending it's not there. So I hope that was a special message for someone out there. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this reading. If it didn't resonate, no big deal. I'll always bring forth next week's reading in a different style. All right, take care. Bye-bye.